Shalom. In this video, we're going to be discussing, the pride of these Israelites. All right. That's one of the main things that's going to come up, and I'm just going to mention it. I'm going to start off by saying all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right. Now, the title of the video will be a response. We don't dialogue with nobody and no back and forth. All right, we don't dialogue with nobody and no back and forth. We're not gonna go back and forth with guys over petty issues. All right, especially when you used to be in GMS or when you've been able to get the truth. Either you can get the truth or you can't. So all praise to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and double honor again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Now this is a response from a couple of videos, from 3 videos, all right, or 2-3 videos. The first one, Elder Apostle Hart did a short video. We don't dialogue with nobody. All right, it's only like 5 minutes, 41 seconds long. And it was an actual response to some question, to a guy that was on his comment board from another video he did. And he did a thorough breakdown of Ezekiel 38 and 39. All right, or was it just 39? I can't really remember. In any event, the questions have been answered already. In all the GMS, we made videos on, the whole Russia rising up after the kingdom of heaven to attack the Israelites. So every brother did videos on that. If you can't receive it, then that's too fucking bad. All right. And there was another video too. Elder Apostle Gabar did his own response or reaction video. Right. It was entitled Responding to Apostle Hart's video, no dialogue. And he put damn right. And another excellent video. All these videos that I'm mentioning, they're excellent by our elder apostles. Elder Apostle Rhymelob also did a video in the same spirit, all right, as the other apostles, and and in no particular order, because I think Elder Apostle Rhymelob video was live. I think he probably was on before the video from Elder Apostle Gabar. But anyway, he did a video entitled "We're Moving On." Same sentiment being echoed. All right, I'm also gonna. And I saw other brothers that did videos as well in the same way. I think one of the brothers are from the Atlanta camp. Either from the Atlanta camp or somewhere down in Georgia. I can't really remember, but GMS Shakha, he did a video on it. I think I saw the brother from maybe Melbourne, Australia. He did something to, the Israelites talking about debate and trolling and all of this stuff. Anyway, GMS, we don't do debates. We don't go back and forth. We're not going to do no long, drawn out, trying to get nobody to get it. Because at the end of the day, all that stuff brings is strife. Okay? Now, most of this is revolving around this dude, Hassad, formerly from Sakari. And I just want to mention real quick, the fucking thumbnail from the dude's video was fucking proud. You're proud, Hassad. The Most High is going to fuck you up. You're going to get destroyed for being fucking proud. Among other things. And you teaching false doctrine. You a false prophet, man. Okay? Fucking Russia ain't gonna rise up. After the Lord come back, all the nations gonna be crushed. And I explained it thoroughly in the video that I did as well. All right. But anyway, just to look at the dude's his fucking thumbnail on the video is basically put himself versus like he going against the top 3 teachers and all of in among the Israelites, period. What a proud ass little demon, man, just to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, what can you expect from a guy that learned under Al-Azhar? Okay, you learned under Al-Azhar and he was fucking proud. And Al-Azhar is under, most of the brothers, most of the young elder brothers in GMS, Al-Azhar wasn't even nowhere around when we started teaching. So, that pride, man, it's going to get a lot of guys fucked up, but it is what it is. Now, before we get too far, I want to show from Elder Pastor Hart's video, there was a guy on the comment board. And you got a lot of this going on. He's a little different, a fanboy, right? Some fanboy from that watched Sakari and loved them because they got a lot of fans, okay? He a fan. There's a lot of you out there that's fans. And you watch your favorite Israelites and then you come trying to run to their defense when they get rebuked, when they get corrected. Now, this dude, Mr. 6'5", check that name out, all right? Because that's not a spiritual name. He ain't on no level. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You just a looky-loo. You know, you a looky-loo. You a sideline guy who just watches videos. You don't do shit. And then you run and you told gossip on the comment board like a fucking female. A lot of you guys that do this, you too gonna be destroyed. Here it is all this time. You trying to defend guys. You don't know what's going on, man. So this guy, Mr. 6'5", was on Apostle Hart's comment board. And this is what he said. He says, Elder, why don't y'all talk directly with Hassad? We don't need to fucking talk to Hassad. He's a tadpole. He's a hopper grass, as they say in the South. He's a grasshopper. He's an ant. He's a spiritual midget. Nobody needs to talk to him. And furthermore, he's been corrected already. The dude is proud. He's not going to listen. Okay? Anyway, the guy says, Elder, why don't y'all talk directly with Hassad? He would not be disrespectful. It doesn't matter. Elder Pastor Hart said he already been disrespectful. And that's true. But it doesn't matter. We're not worried about that. We're not all in our feelings over his disrespect. It says, and y'all know this, stop being prideful. Talk to him live. Compare the doctrine so the elect that's searching the truth. Fuck you. Number one, everything that Hassad has learned from Al-Azhar or whoever else, he learned it from GMS already. Just because they want to twist the doctrine, add a few things and do something different and, go off on their own understanding, that's on them. Okay? Al-Azhar been warned. Big head deacon been warned. Big head Al-Azhar, big head deacon, right? With a small body and a big ass head. He been warned. And this latest guy, Hassad, he been warned. We don't have to go back and forth. And we don't need to compare no doctrine. We got the 100% truth. And if you can't get with it, just then don't come around us. We don't debate with nobody. We don't dialogue. We don't need to sit down and talk to you. Now, of course, Apostle Har already said this, and the other elder apostles, I'm saying it. Every brother that's going to make a video on this, they're going to say it as well. This guy uses Proverbs and show you how small-minded he is. He says right here, Proverbs 25:9. And we're going to let's go to it and read it, because Apostle Hart broke that down already, but let's read it again. And this is what happens when you got guys who are unskilled in the word and not qualified, who don't have the Holy Spirit. Just because you see the word debate in it, see, you jakes out there, you want entertainment. We're not here to fucking entertain you. This is a deadly serious thing we're doing, and preaching the gospel and teaching the gospel. And even if when it comes to going, I don't want to say going back and forth, but even when it comes to a situation where we making videos and this other guy making videos and he's a teacher himself, we still don't need to go back and forth with him. We don't need to debate with him and do all of that, because he's been warned already. We make videos, we're doing it in a warning capacity. We're doing it in an edification capacity to break things down. Hassad came on the Apostles' comment board asking different various questions, being fucking proud. Okay, now let me go out of this real quick for a minute. About a week ago or so, I don't remember exactly when, but he was on Apostle Ramlob's comment board. Right here, he says, okay, so Elder, if America is destroyed at the same time the elect get delivered, then the elect will go back to the land. When does Ezekiel 38:39 take place? Now he asked the question, and then he said in his video that Apostle Har, or one of the apostles, never touched on Ezekiel 38:9, but it's because they've done many videos on that already. It's your fault that you don't understand it, that you don't know it. We all understand it and know it. Why do you think we was able to make videos rebuking you, telling you was going off? Ezekiel 38 and 39 been broke down to us brothers, but see, you wouldn't know that because you was nowhere around. You probably was still in your damn high chair when we was studying Ezekiel 38 and 39 and all of that, so you don't really understand it. And we can tell by the way that you go into the scripture that you didn't understand Ezekiel 38 and 39. You still believe that's going to happen after the Lord comes back. Now, how the fuck is that even possible? But, Salakia, I don't want to be too long-winded about it. Just showing you this dude's pride. Okay, he was there running his mouth. Now, Apostle Hart did the video breaking down Ezekiel 39. And he's going to still have questions after this, but that's on you. That's your problem, man. We moving on, like the elder apostle Aramlob said. So, that dude, Mr. 6'5", he put the video up. Let's read it now. Proverbs 25:9. Debate thy cause with thy neighbor himself, and discover not a secret to another. You see that? Verse 10, lest he that heareth it put thee to shame, and thine infamy turn not away. And what it's talking about is what? It's talking about when you talk behind somebody's back. That's really the full scope of what that's talking about. Let's see real quick if we can get a few translations of that. Just real quick. The NLT. When arguing with your neighbor, don't betray another person's secret. You hear that? NIV. If you take your neighbor to court, do not betray another's confidence. ESV. Argue your case with your neighbor himself and do not reveal another's secret. See? That's what that's really what it's talking about. It ain't saying debate your cause as in you believe one doctrine, he believe another doctrine. We should have a public debate so everybody can come and watch it and see who got it. That's what Jake want. You want popcorn moments. You want dick measuring contests. This is what you thrive on that. See, that's what Sakaris, they known for that. They call themselves, I don't know if they call themselves the great debaters, but they think they so great in a debate. Debates don't win followers. That's why so many of y'all people are out of order. Your members are leaving left and right and all of that different stuff. Now, everybody have members that leave, but y'all shit is just breaking down slowly. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, because men come and men go. But you people that watch the videos, you get way up into that. You think that proves you can lose a debate and still have the truth. If you go against James White or whoever, they might ask you some questions that you can't answer. That doesn't mean that you don't have the truth. A debate is just what it is. It's a dick measuring contest. And Salakia for my terminology, but that's an actual thing. Let's look it up real quick. This right here, the term dick measuring contest. And again, I apologize for my usage of that because among men, such things really need to be spoken. We don't like to mention, other men's rides, shit like that, but it ain't really what it's saying. It's just a phrase that implies that, but it really means something more than that. So from the phrase dick measuring contest, it says a situation in which people, usually men, compete, often over superficial characteristics to demonstrate their worthiness, power, etc. So that's what a debate really is. It's my truth is better than your truth. Your truth is my truth. My truth got more truth than you. That's what these black consciousness guys try to do. When they try to say, see, the Bible was written in this, but it was another book that was written before that. That shit don't really mean nothing. It has no bearing on what really the truth is. From Urban Dictionary, it says when people obsessively compare themselves to each other to see who is the best or the biggest. It's like what Bishop Nate does. He wants to go all around the world and show himself doing this and doing that. And they run to the community and they show everything they're doing in the community because they want you to think that they're doing something special when they're really not. And it's the same thing with a debate. That's why they want to get Geno Jennings to come out. Now, Jake, you can show that other people don't have the truth, like when it comes to a Christian or whatever, but really there's no point in it because they're not going to receive it. Our whole focus for preaching the gospel is that the elect might be saved. You see? So really there's no point in debating because just because you debate and you win a debate or you don't, only the elect is going to be saved anyway. It's really very important. And the dude misquoted the scripture by bringing it out in that way. Now, when you look at it from Reddit, it says when people say dick measuring contest, it's as a metaphor, not a literal measurement comparison. You see? It says the phrase, and I hate to have to open this up, but right here, bear with me here. It says, all right, people, okay, right here. When people say dick measuring contest, or I'm going to say DMC from now on. When people say DMC, it's as a metaphor, not a literal measurement comparison. The phrase refers to two or more people, usually men, who are acting unnecessarily competitive with each other, typically over petty things. Now, in this case, the truth is not a petty thing, but trying to show yourself as this top teacher. How in the hell, Hassad, do you think you're a top teacher? There's so many men that came before you that are above you. And just the fact that you don't understand Ezekiel 38 and 39, you don't understand spiritual power, as it were. You don't have the faith enough to even understand or to believe in spiritual power. How do you think you can understand the rest of the Bible? Here it is. You've been following men all this time. Don't even believe that the writings of Paul are authoritative, but yet you think some type of way you ready to go back and forth with the apostles of GMS. It's utter disrespect, man. Anyway, from the Free Dictionary, DMC, a vulgar slang, a petty competition among individuals, usually men who are trying to prove that they are better at something than others. That's what it means. And, and it might have caught some of you brothers and sisters off guard. I've said it many times before, and nobody said anything. So in case it caught you off guard, now you know what it means. It's not nearly, it's not merely that, or it doesn't really mean that, right? What is another word for DMC? Noun, a futile, ego-driven competition or argument aimed at proving one's superiority or dominance, such as a pissing contest, pissing match, pissing war, right? You see who can pee the furthest. That's what it's likening to. I bet I can pee further than you. It has no bearing on who has the truth. So when guys start stooping so low as to try to use, and that shows you that you're really on a low level. Mr. 6'5" is on a low ass level with an unspiritual name, and he probably got an oversized head or something, right? Fitting right along with the people that he follow and love so much. You're using Proverbs 25:9 because it got the word debate in it, but it has nothing to do with a literal debate. And it's actually to the contrary. Now, one more, this guy made another comment. Now, I blocked his ass off of Pastor Hart's comment board because some dude named Mr. 6'5" has no relevance. He's unimportant. He's insignificant. And he don't need to be on the Apostles of GMS comment board saying nothing. This dude made about 10 or 15 comments. So I took him off. But I'm glad that Apostle Hart was able to capture his comments before he was taken off. But he won't be back. Not under that comment. Not under that name. So he says, Hassad has a respectful spirit. I know the real reason why he left Sakari, and he's open to having a respectful dialogue with GMS. We don't dialogue with nobody. We don't care why he left Sakari. We don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter to us. And it doesn't matter that he left Sakari because he's still fucking proud. Look at this thumbnail. This is fucking pride right here. But I'm not surprised. Okay, let's move on. Salakia, I spent a lot of time on that. We read debate that cause of our neighbor, which it doesn't mean have a debate. It doesn't mean that. When you read the whole scripture in context, it means what? It means don't talk. If you got something to say it to the person, right? That's really what it was going into in that context. All right, you don't go behind men's backs and talk. You may say that about us, but we make videos in public. We don't go behind your back and talk. We talk in public. Now, to show you that the word debate doesn't always mean a good thing, and you really shouldn't do it, when you read in Romans chapter 1, and it goes into all these qualities that these wicked Israelites have, mainly homosexuals, but let's go to verse 26, is it? It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up into vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burning their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat. We all know what this is going into, right? I ain't reading it for that purpose, but I want to give you something out of it. It says, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. So we know what the context is. The alphabet people is homosexuals particularly, right? And he was talking about really wicked Israelites in that regard, because the book of Romans was written to Israelites scattered among the Romans. Listen to it. It says, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate. See it? Debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, right? Let's go into this word debate. And that's really why I read it. When you go into this word debate, which Jake loved to see a debate, because you don't have no life. You need that. We see when the truth was presented unto you as an Israelite and you woke up to it, you're supposed to grab onto the truth like it's like you're sinking in a ship, right? And your last breath is about to leave and you find something that gives you breath. That's what you're supposed to look at the truth as, not fucking entertainment, man. Right? It's not a popcorn moment. It's not you're looking for a snack and a good beverage to sit down and watch this. No, this is life and death. This is life. Really. Eternal life is at stake. And here you are, trying to turn it into a DMC. So the word for debate, strife, debate, contention, variance, right? And the word is, let's read it.
Strong's G 2054, eris, Eris.
So the word for debate is eris, and it says contention, strife, wrangling. You see that? So going back and forth with guys, or having a dialogue or a discussion and all that, that shit is for followers and views. And now that this dude Hassad left Sakari, him and the deacon both got GMS on their lips. And look, we ain't them people, don't keep our name out your mouth. We don't care if you talk about us, whatever. We don't care. We don't give a shit. You doing that because you know that if you come against the top group, you're going to get a lot more attention to your page, because without the Sakari label, you're going to fall off a little bit. Now, a lot of people watch this dude Hassad, and a lot of people watch the deacon or whatever, but eventually you're going to run out of gimmicks. We're going to keep doing what we've been doing. We're going to keep the truth, Lord willing. We're going to keep on pushing 100% truth. We don't have time to go back and forth with niggas, right? To entertain fucking morons and do all that type of shit. We ain't involved in DMCs, okay? We don't give a fuck, just to be honest with you. Contention, strife, wrangling. See? Which when you go down here, it says uncertain affinity, a quarrel. So all the debate really is an argument. It's a quarrel. It's stupid. It says quarrel, i.e. by implication, wrangling, contention, debate, strife, variance. You see that? And if we go to the word wrangling, it's like wrestling. That's why you don't understand the scriptures. And we would look like fools continually going back and forth in an unnecessary type of way with individuals who don't even believe that the Apostle Paul's writings are authoritative. What is the point? That's like going back and forth with a black consciousness guy or a black Muslim, right? Or a 5%er or more. It's stupid. You lower your. It's like when a raggedy ass family moves into a house in a good neighborhood and they run the house down. They bring down the value of the whole place. That's what it's like arguing back and forth with morons, spiritual idiots. Wrangling, engagement in a long, complicated dispute or argument. Right, wrangling. Engagement in a long, complicated dispute or argument. That's what Jake wants. Because you don't have anything. You don't have no life. You see? And you want us to give you life. Great Millstone ain't going to breathe breath back into your boring ass life. So that's there. I'm not even going to finish the verse. I'm just finish this the verses or whatever. Well, you know what? I will finish it. So the word debate is there. That's something that a homosexual likes to see. Backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters. There's pride, right? Despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents. And Hassad, the apostles of GMS are your spiritual parents. Those of us that's under them, we your spiritual big brothers, but you don't give a fuck. You just like Al-Azhar. You so proud, you think you can go past all of us and go right to the top and insult the top men. And you're doing it in a very cunning way. You trying to pretend like you got all this respect, like you being respectful. You ain't being respectful. The fact that you won't, and then you was all lined up, by the way, in your video. You was super lined up. Beard, mustache, shaved and trimmed. Your head was lined up. You was super lined up, man. Super lined up. But it's all good. We understand that. It goes on. It says, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. So guess what? It ain't just the homosexuals. It's all those qualities that they have. If you have those qualities, you too are worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. There you go. So if you got pleasure in that, Mr. 6'5", you couldn't wait to see, some kind of debate and some shit talking going back and forth. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Nobody's interested in a debate with no Sakari, with none of them. And then he also had an additional comment, Mr. 6'5", which I don't know who this guy is. Who is this? Some weird ass nigga with a temple taper fade and a chopped up beard. He says, how can elders says who's a part of the elect? He's not Yahweh Shai. He don't even know if he's a part of the elect. Scripture, Matthew 24:13, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Yeah, this guy, he doesn't know his way around the scriptures. You can tell. And then he says, y'all brothers have to let the egos go. Seriously. You need to let the ego go. because you're the one. You ain't even got nothing to do with it. What's it got to do with you? And at the end of the day, we can kind of tell who is possibly of the elect and who's not. We know that those that listen to the 100% truth, they're of the elect. Those who say Paul's writings are not authoritative, right? Stay in a camp where you can do graffiti. You've been spotted doing having a crazy party, a stripper type setting, and he was there. He was ashamed to be there, but he was there, right? During the Passover, like Sakari did, and all them other antics they was doing. If you did all of that, you don't look like you're a member of the elect, okay? That's all. That's all that's being said. His actions don't show him as being a member of the elect, and that's how we can say it. And it ain't got nothing to do with our ego, okay? Now, just gonna read a few scriptures here and get ready to shut it down. All right, this is Romans 3, verse 3. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Power forbid, yeah, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged." Absolutely. So it's the same thing with Hassad. Now you may say, well, he knows the truth. Yeah, but guess what? He knows his truth. He knows a portion of the truth. He knows what they taught. He knows what we teach, but he don't believe what we teach. He scoffed at spiritual power. You see, which shows he doesn't really have any faith. You can talk and dress shit up all you want to, like the old saying goes. You can take lipstick and put it on a pig, but at the end of the day, it's still a fucking pig. Okay? So just because you teach 90% or 95% of what we teach, the 5% that you don't teach or believe in, you are going off. And at this current juncture, as it stands, Hassad, you are a false prophet. Okay? If you teaching or you believe that Gog, Russia, is going to fight against us, they're going to rule after the Babylon the Great is destroyed, you're teaching falsely. That makes you a false prophet. And that's it. You don't need to come back with no more points. Don't try to make no counterpoints, no nothing. You just need to get that out of your mind. If you make any more, which you already did his response. And I didn't watch it. I don't know what he fucking said. It doesn't matter to me what he says. I don't watch his videos. I don't watch Sakari. I don't watch the Deacon. I don't watch Alazar. I don't watch any of them. I can't fucking stand to listen to them. I don't like the sound of their voices. I don't like their fucking posturing. I don't like that petty, quibbling, gossip, bitch ass spirit. I don't like it. I just get immediately enraged when I see any of them. And frankly, in the playground setting, it will be a conversation to be had. If you can read between the lines, okay? And I don't give a fuck who get mad about it. That ain't the apostle saying it. That's me saying it. On a playground setting, outside, no guns, one-on-one, is a different conversation, okay? And that's what a lot of you guys, which brings me to the next part of the video, what I want to go into, the no back and forth, all right? When dudes make videos and they talk the shit they talk, and they put our faces in videos, and they seem that, they got a quarrel or a petty beef, we know about it. You don't need to send us the videos and get all upset and think that we're going to respond, okay? Being in the truth, you have to have thick skin. And you have to understand that everything doesn't deserve a response, okay? These guys that was formerly of the Boston camp or whatever, the shit that they're teaching, the stuff they're saying, reading them new books and trying to introduce that and changing the doctrine up, these niggas are on fire backwards. And I got that phrase from Elder Yatazar from the Dallas camp. These niggas are on fire backwards. Before getting kicked out of the Boston camp, that dude Zion and the dude Yakulam, his little stooge, neither one of them was on fire and making videos every day like they were supposed to be doing anyway. Since they got kicked out, now all of a sudden they're on fire and they got something to say. They go into hour-long videos. That's because, why? The oil light is blinking. They're leaking oil. And just because you put my face in the video, I'm not going to give you the pleasure of even doing a response. The whole thing is, you can talk shit about me. You can talk shit about what you think about how my hair, my lack of hair is. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter to me. Okay? What we care about is the doctrine. And the fact that the 2/3 is going to come back in the kingdom, that we teach that and you can't receive it, that's enough for me. You see, I don't need to address it. I don't need to say nothing about what you said in the video, how you feel, none of that. Them stupid dreams. Well, I won't say the dreams are stupid. Forgive me. Salakia. The dreams that you had don't make you special. The dreams didn't come from you. The dreams came from Yahweh Shai. And they were shared through you to us. But that doesn't mean you are a man of the Lord or that you're of the elect. Now, that's all I'll say on that. So yeah, I did share the dreams at the time when you had them. If you had a dream now that had something significant in it and I heard it, I might would share it, I might not. Because I don't think you would tell the truth anyway. Anyhow, I said all that to say that going back and forth with guys, we're not going to get emotional because you show a video or put me in a video or show my face. I know you do that for different reasons. I understand. I can count, I can see, I can read. I know I got a lot of subscribers on my channel. I know I got a popular channel that a lot of people watch. That, you know, when I put something on my channel, most of the Israelites are going to see it. They're going to follow. I get that. So in order to try to help you get yourself famous or to get your little views up or whatever, you would put me, you know, and many people do that. They'll try to put me in a video or say my name, you know, something, because you're looking at the popularity aspect when you just don't get it, that I don't give a fuck. I make the videos I make through the spirit because why? I'm trying to be obedient to what the Lord, Yahweh Shai told me to do. The fact that a bunch of people watch the videos, that's great and all, but I don't really give a shit. I teach the same way when I had videos that nobody watched. It was a long time that nobody watched the videos. For the first 5 to 7 years in the truth, I've been in the truth now almost 15 years. For at least half of that time, maybe for 10 of the years out of the 15, nobody even fucking watched. And I never cared then, and I don't care now. So I'm not going, just because you show me in a video or you say something about me, even if you talk about my mama or whatever you would say, it wouldn't matter to me. The only thing I would want to respond to is if you're saying something about the doctrine. In this case, I've already addressed it, 2/3 coming back in the kingdom. I've done lessons over the years about it. I've done lessons with Elder Yashawamba, lessons with Elder Kazak on live streams. We went thoroughly into the 2/3 coming back. They're on my channel. And if somebody want to, you know, listen to the videos, they can. If they don't, oh well, doesn't matter to me. So no back and forth for any of these guys, even them little, you know, other little proud upstarts to try to say stuff, you know, from Howard and Maccabees to, you know, the Wonder Twins down there in Mississippi, them two crazy niggas from Fort Worth, or any of the rest of you scabby, reprobate monkeys out there that's got a problem, or the former head of San Francisco and his group of cronies. We don't give a fuck. You can say whatever you want to say, do whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter to us. Anybody out there talking any shit, saying you're going to do this, you're going to do that, my response to you is, well, fucking do it. Do it. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Anyway, 2 Timothy, I want to jump in here at verse 19, right? Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go to verse 16. It says, but shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase into more ungodliness. Nobody's going back and forth with guys just for the hell of it, just to get a beef going. Even if you put me in a video, even if you talk shit, and you brothers out there take the same advice, you younger brothers that's coming up into the truth, don't fall into the trap just because a guy put your face in a thumbnail, he mentioned your name, or try to title his videos, or try to get you to respond. You don't need to respond. There's no point in it. Unless it's doctrinal, there's nothing really to say. And even when it's doctrinal, if you addressed it already, just leave it. And brothers was telling me, and I shared the video with a bunch of brothers, and they watched the video, but I didn't watch the shit. I don't even know what the dude said. I was told he said this, he said that. I don't care. It doesn't matter. If you ain't teaching the truth about the 2/3 coming back in the kingdom, what do I need to listen to it for? So let's keep going. Verse 17 says, and their word will eat as doth a canker, of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus, 2 wicked Israelites, who concerning the truth have erred, saying that the resurrection is past already, and overthrow the faith of some, which is what these guys intend to do. The Boston guys on fire going backwards, they're trying to overthrow the faith, and it's not going to work. Them few little dudes, that ain't enough. We done seen whole coalitions of former GMS members who really did know the scriptures coming against the apostles and the doctrine, and they still wasn't successful. And they're not going to be successful now, okay? When them adventure dudes came against the truth, as weak as they were scripturally, they were still stronger than all you niggas put together. This is a lightweight. It's very lightweight. We would lower the property value of our what's that shit called? I'll say of our YouTube channels just from even going back and forth or even making any more videos in response. When I make videos, I don't do it in response to shit that reprobates say. It's in response to your doctrine, not to you. All right, verse 19 says, nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure, having this seal. The Lord knoweth them that are his. We don't need to debate. The Lord knows them that are his, and let everyone that nameth the name of Hamashiach depart from iniquity. But in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. We understand that. If you're spiritual, you know that there are vessels of gold and silver, there's vessels of dirt, wood, clay, some to honor, some to dishonor. Not every Israelite gonna be saved on this side, but we know that eventually we'll see you in the kingdom, Lord willing. We'll see you in the kingdom. So if you can't get it, those people that watch the videos and you love Hassad, and you think that no matter he can't do no wrong, that we're wrong, you're gonna get destroyed with him. But if you was watching Hassad and then you saw that GMS made a bunch of videos and you watched it and then you got convinced, that's a great thing. We will praise Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for that. But we ain't gonna stand on our head, and hold our breath and wait for you to get it. If you can't get it, it's because why? We understand that some vessels are for honor and some to dishonor. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified, which means cleansed, and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. And if you're not, then you get the latter, right? It says, flee also youthful lust. A DMC is a youthful lust. Comparing yourself, trying to make it about you. Come on my platform. Come on, brother, drop the link. Let's talk about it live. Let's have a discussion for the people to be entertained. That's a youthful lust. We don't care about that shit. We just trying to do what the Lord said do. And all he really told us to do was tell my people, warn them, tell them what I'm going to do. He never at any time said, go and compare yourself to one another and let's see, let's have a good debate. That ain't in the scriptures, man. Flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. When we get the inkling that you're not doing it out of a pure heart, we ain't gonna fuck with you, just to put it in short. Hassad is not doing it out of a pure heart. He has ulterior motives. He's a proud young upstart. These dudes, the Boston Reprobates, they're proud. And them niggas, they fell out of the truth. They teaching all kind of madness now. You think that we gonna lower ourselves? Now, when the apostles go and they go into videos dealing with that hell madness or whatever false thing they teach, and you might see me make videos about their doctrine, but when it comes to that whole thing, showing my face, doing all that was some get back shit, because they were still hurt over the rebukes that went out initially. Initially, when they first left the Boston camp and I rebuked them and said all the stuff that I said, that was some scriptural stuff. It wasn't because I didn't like them. I went to Boston, but I never met them. I met the elders of the camp. I sat with them and talked with them. Those are beautiful brothers. But them two niggas, I never met them. Or the four niggas or whatever, I never met them. I didn't have a relationship with them, and I didn't give a shit. When they fell out, I just said, oh, well. Niggas fall out. Niggas die every day, B. That's just what it is. And it's like that with anybody else that fall out of the camps, you leave. Same thing down here from among us. We just had a group of niggas left. You had a shopper the other week get rebuked. You had the asshole Gabar Dama that left. And then recently this nigga from the old nigga from the Charlotte camp popped up talking madness. Then you had Bulldog Sagala leave not that long ago and joined up with with this nigga with the multiple personalities, formerly from San Francisco. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter to us. We don't care. And I don't have a problem mentioning dudes on camera or behind the camera or in the playground. You heard it. You know what I'm saying. That's all. That's all. At the end of the day, we just men. Ain't no fences around. Let me stop talking shit. Salakia. So, my fault. It's a playground, playground man coming back. Anyway, as it goes on, verse 23 says, but foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender strife. And from this moment on, anybody bringing up anything about Ezekiel 38 and 39 or Russia trying to attack us or claiming they're going to rule after the kingdom of heaven is set up, that's a foolish question, man. We just went through all this stuff last year when Bishop Nate came out with the same stupid ass doctrine. We made a bunch of videos breaking it down then, and you didn't even get it. So we ain't going backwards. And if another one of you niggas pop up hollering about Russia going to attack us, you found some proof, when the Lord come, Russia going to copy the chariots, and how? They're going to be annihilated all goddamn ready. How they going to do anything with all the weapons melted? It's stupid. It's a foolish question. We're going to avoid that shit. It goes on, but foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender strifes. And the servant of the Lord must not strive. And when you get into a debate, one of the words of eris, the word was eris, dealing with debate, but one of the other words, right, similar to it was strive, strife, wrangling, same shit. And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men that deserve it. It don't just mean if a nigga being aggressive, you got to be gentle towards him. Wise up, apt to teach, patient, and meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. And Hassad is opposing himself, right? So we been instructing him. The apostles were real nice, all this time. When it came to this dude, they gave him, a lot of great compliments, right? They held their position. They said the dude is a good teacher. He seemed like he honest. They rooted for him, all this stuff. In the background, the back of it all, I never really liked him. You know what I mean? I saw what they said, and I accepted what they said, that he was a good young teacher, this, that, and I saw that. But in my mind, I kept saying the fact that he won't leave from around fucking big head Alazar, he won't leave behind Deacon, he won't leave behind them all them antics, that proved that he wasn't really that good of a person though. So you live and you learn. I'm not that much, I'm not that trusting when it comes. And the apostles did, they were saying the right thing. They took the high road is what they did. But now it's out and he getting that heat. So hey, I'm good with that. So again, it says, in meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves, if the Most High peradventure will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth, and that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil, who are taken captive by him at his will. And that's what you see with Hassad. Ain't no hope for them niggas from Boston. They're not even worth mentioning. But Hassad, you're approaching that place where there's no repentance for you. Just because you're being nice, you're being, you got to do that. That's the image. But the little clips and stuff that I seen of the guy teaching recently, these last couple of videos or whatever he's done, he used the word God a lot. For an Israelite, you got to watch out when a guy does that a whole lot. I don't really care for it. But, he don't use the names a whole lot. I don't really care for it, man. But it's whatever. It's whatever. I'm not the Most High. This is Matthew 7:6. It says, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine. And this swine don't always mean just a pig. It's a contemptible, base person. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. You know what it's really saying? Don't waste your time with niggas, because all they will do is trot underfoot everything that you say. Then they'll turn right around and have another argument. That's all it is. It's just for the sake of arguing, to entertain their dullard ass followers. That's what it is. Now, when you look at the word swine here, it's the word kairos or koiros. It says a swine, uncertain derivation, a hog, a swine, right? But when you look it up, you can get a little more from it. A pig, right? Come on, baby, give me swine. Swine. Noun, a pig. No. Right here, definition 2. Informal, derogatory, a contemptible or unpleasant person. Right here in the middle. A contemptible or unpleasant person. See? Something that is very difficult or unpleasant to deal with. See that? So you got a lot of swine ass niggas among these Israelites. And a lot of that little petty DMC and get my lick back spirit. We ain't involved in that. We don't care. We don't care, man. It's no big deal. And that's it. Yeah, I was gonna read this. I'll read it. Ezekiel 2:5. It says, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them. And that's you Israelites. And just because Hassad fancies himself as some type of teacher doesn't mean that he's still above, or that he's above being warned. Just because you fancy yourself a prophet, you can't say you a prophet. Here it is, the Most High got a set of men that he's really dealing with, that he sent, which is the apostles of GMS. But then you say, well, I'm a junior prophet. The Most High dealing with me too. Look, the Most High deals with one set of men that he sent. Those that are against his men, while they may be Israelites, while they may be prophets in their own right, they're going to be destroyed for coming against the Most High's men. We believe that the Most High's men are the apostles and elders of GMS, all right, on the planet Earth. And everything that you learn, Hassad, I don't care if you learned it from Deacon, if you learned it from Al-Azhar, they got that knowledge secondhand. They learned it from the apostles of GMS and from us brothers. So whatever you thinking, whatever, man. Ain't nobody worried about it. Fuck your dialogue, fuck your debate, fuck all of that. We ain't worried about it. Nobody cares. And we are moving on, right? And as the elder Apostle Tahar said, we don't dialogue with nobody, okay? And no back and forth for the rest of you clown ass niggas. You can keep talking, say whatever you want to say. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.